Here is your local real estate market update for the Des Moines, Iowa metro area, as well as our surrounding communities, West Des Moines, Clive, Urbandale, Waukee, Johnston, Ankeny, as well as others for January of 2026. It's time to pay those Iowa property taxes. And if you're confused about how Iowa property taxes work, believe me, you are not alone. Why are Iowa property taxes so confusing? Because the bill you pay today actually pays for last year. What? And it matters a lot when you sell your home. So I'll explain about how Iowa property taxes work at the end, so stay tuned. But first, let's get to our local real estate market update for January of 2026. Now, our freezing temperatures were no match for the Des Moines housing market. Our market saw increases in inventory and sales year over year, and our pending sales were off the charts, climbing 50% in written contracts from December, despite our frigid month. Active listings month over month decreased 4%, with 3,826 homes on the market in January, compared to the 3,976 homes on the market in December. The home inventory continued its year-over-year trend with 11% increase. January 2025 inventory coming in at 3,446. Now, our home sales, or the homes that closed in January, were down 35% month over month. Now, I know that sounds like a huge number, but it makes total sense as December's low amount of pending sales would have then closed in January. So January had 685 closed sales, while 1,066 homes closed in December. Year over year, we were pretty equal, with January of 2025 coming in at 674 home sales. Month over month, pending sales were up 50% from December. And you may remember in my last month's report, December was down 28% from November. So this last month showed buyer traffic was high and they were writing contracts. There were 1,026 written contracts in January versus the 682 written in December. And year over year, data was pretty equal, with only a 2% increase, with 1,010 contracts written in January of 2025. The median sale price in January took a nice jump, increasing to $295,000, up from the December median sale price of $283,000. And year over year, we saw a 3.5% increase, with the January 2025 median sale price coming in at $285,000. Days on market ticked up slightly in January, increasing to 68 days from the 64 days we saw on the market in December, and increasing from the 66 days on the market in January of 2025. Why are Iowa property taxes so confusing? Iowa property taxes confuses almost every homeowner, and especially when they go to sell their home. And that's because Iowa pays taxes in arrears, meaning you're paying for the time you've already owned the home. And to add to confusion, the fiscal year starts July 1st, not January 1st. But let me give you a real example. The taxes that are due on March 1st, 2026 actually pays for January 1st through June 30th of 2025. And the property taxes due on September 1st, 2026 actually covers the period of time from July 1st through December 31st of 2025. So the buyer writes the check for the seller who lived there during that period of time. And that's why we prorate taxes at closing. So each party is only paying for the time that they own the home. And the reason, again, this feels so backwards is because Iowa's fiscal tax year starts on July 1st, not January 1st. So key updates the homeowners should know is March payment covers January through June of the prior year. September payment covers July through December of the prior year. And understanding this matters because it directly affects your net proceeds when you're selling. And if you ever want to know what your true net looks like before listing your home, just reach out. I'm happy to walk you through it. And please subscribe to this channel if you like real estate news and local data. And I appreciate you watching. Do you know someone, or maybe it's you, who's thinking about downsizing and moving into a senior community? Well, if so, check out this next video or share it with them. I interview a senior move manager who gives invaluable tips and tricks and how she can help.